and always will, is about moving humanity forward. And remember, folks, every act of kindness is a little love we leave behind. Hey, folks, the man with the pinky ring and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Brad Berkwitt. And you're watching a special edition of the Bad Brad Berkwitt Show on the Ringside Report web TV channel. Now, make sure you follow me on Twitter at BadBradRSR. Again, that's at BadBradRSR. And check out my great writing team on ringsidereport.com. Well, today, folks, I am doing another book review. And the book is Betty Ford, First Lady, Women's Advocate, Survivor, Trailblazer, written by Lisa McCubbin. This is the book. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of the show, First Ladies, that came on Showtime when Debbie and I watched it and loved it. And my favorite part was about Betty Ford. And though I enjoyed Michelle Obama and definitely Eleanor Roosevelt as well, I have respect for all three of them. But I really, really, really enjoyed Michelle Pfeiffer as First Lady Betty Ford, who was married to President Gerald Ford, who was president from 1974 to 1977, when Richard Nixon resigned before he would have been impeached. Well, folks, there was a lot of stuff in there that I wanted to verify. So I asked Deb to pick out a book, and I was going to read it on Betty Ford because I admired her from the show, but I wanted to see if they took, as we call, creative license. And they did a little bit. They did. Of course they did. And I always wish that they would stick to the real stuff, but I guess that's what Hollywood does. But I must tell you, this book, I'm going to hold it up again, was one of, and I truly mean this, best books I have ever read in my life. I already admired Betty Ford. By the time I got done reading it, I adored her. I think she is probably one of the best, if not best, first ladies. And put this in perspective, in a very short time, President Ford was not president that long. He got defeated in the 77 or 76 campaign by Jimmy Carter. So she wasn't in there very long. But her mark on humanity, you always hear me talk about moving humanity forward. And I have panels, which I had earlier today. One, Betty Ford moved humanity forward to this very day, and she's been dead for several years, with the Betty Ford Clinic, with fighting for ERA, for being open about breast cancer when you couldn't even say breasts, let alone breast cancer. I mean, it was a wonderful book to learn about a wonderful woman. I also admire President Ford. I know people will probably leave comments, he pardoned Nixon. Okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, whether it was the right thing, whether it was the wrong thing, but this review is about Betty Ford. I was sad because I knew the book would end, of course, with her passing away, because, oh my goodness, what I would love to have sat down with Mrs. Ford and interviewed her. A beautiful, beautiful human being in a just absolutely touching way that Lisa wrote this book. Lots of information on her, well-researched. And I felt like I got like the 360 interviews that I do, I got a 360 of Betty Ford. I cannot give this book a higher rating than I'm possibly about to give. I usually say 5 stars. I don't want to give 5. I'm using both hands. 10 stars. You must pick up this book. Okay, folks? Thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it and touched my heart. I will always have a soft spot for Betty Ford. I wish I could find a way to get in touch with her daughter, Susan Ford. I know she has a last, I think it's Bales, but Susan Ford, her daughter, who was in the book, and she wrote a foreword. Susan Ford, yeah, I was right. Susan Ford Bales. She wrote a foreword. I'd love to get in touch with her and have the ability to have her on my show for a 360 conversation about her and about her family, because I think it goes back to a time in this country when you didn't have to agree on policies, but we agreed that we love this country and we put this country first. Something sadly we don't see from I'm going to say it from the Republican Party. I admire Gerald Ford, okay? I think he was an underrated president in a short period of time and a good man. And I also appreciate that Lisa talked a lot about him. And they loved each other, which is something I related to because that's how I feel about my Debbie. So again, pick up this book, 10, I just hit the mic, 10 stars. See, this is reality, right? All right, folks, remember, every act of kindness is a little love we leave behind. Bad Brad out. Thank you for watching the Bad Brad Berkwitt Show. Please follow, subscribe, leave comments, forget about it, and move humanity forward.